Hi, everybody. Welcome to the More Gems Show. I'm Steve Moriarty, your host, and with me tonight are my two sons, Michael, who's in charge of this production. Hello, Michael.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've got another great show in store for you guys.
And Jeffrey, who is our chat moderator tonight, and he also does our search engine optimization.
Yes, I do.
What's up, Jeffrey?
Hey, how we doing? Excited for this show. This is going to be a big one.
Yeah, just back from Tucson.
Yeah, everybody. I didn't get to go, so a lot of these stones I haven't seen yet. So I'm excited to see what is in store for tonight.
Yes, we do have lots of great stones. We're going to show you how many? 30?
I don't know what we got. Maybe
so.
35 or so.
Yeah, there's probably close to 50 listed on
Right.
on if you click the green banner.
Yeah.
You'll see at least 50 stones, and we have more. We bought a lot of stones in Tucson. Got some great pieces. It was really a good show. Yeah.
And for
Even if Jeff wasn't there.
Yeah, I wasn't there, but for people that are joining us that don't know what the Tucson Gemshow is, can you kind of explain like why it's a big deal?
Well, Tucson Gemshow is the world's largest gem show, and Gemshow is not really accurate because it's well over 40 separate gem shows in the town, spread across the town. You know, we probably hit 10 of them. The ones we feel are most important.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of bead shows, fossil shows, which we do hit one fossil show, but some of the things that don't interest us. But we're mainly after gems and rough materials and mineral specimens in the case of Mike for mineral Mike.
Yep.
You guys work like, I didn't go this year, but I've been there every other year. And you guys work all day long there. You don't eat lunch. I don't know if you eat breakfast, but you guys
we ate lunch. No, you know, I brought beef jerky this time. Yeah, and my fiance Carrie, we went to Target beforehand. She's like, "Oh, try this beef jerky," and it worked out well. Kept my hunger from stopping us.
Yeah, so we do keep busy all day, and it is 12-hour days, and it's pretty wearing. I've had a little bit of difficulty this year just keeping up the pace, but we got through it and did really good job and found a lot of great things, as you'll see tonight.
Right. So, Jeff, do you want to say what's up to some of these people in the chat? Because
a lot of people. Sorry, I'm adding stones right now as we speak. So Eileen, hey Eileen, thanks for coming back. Longtime watcher there. She's got some amazing stones. Dana's here, Joe Blow's here, Janet's here, Brenda's here, Max from Clifton. Hey Max, I know you've joined us quite a few times.
Right. What's up, Max?
Mikkel from Denmark. Okay, that's cool. Far. Denise is from Sydney. Nice. Kangaroo. All right.
Yeah, they just got the kangaroo in the chat.
I always see those fights between people and the kangaroos. I always wonder if that's real or AI.
Yeah,
but, I don't know. Vicky's here. Sean. Hey, Sean from Seattle. Florida Cross. Oh, the Gallo family. Hey, down in Miami.
All right.
Bet the weather's nicer than here. Hey, Evelyn. That's Tim and Ev. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. Bridget from Boise is joining us.
Awesome. Great crowd.
Yes. Yeah. And I think we may have hopefully we have some viewers from I think it's the Rock and Mineral magazine kind of Facebook club over there. So welcoming them.
Was that the Rock and Gem?
Is it Rock and Gem or Rock and Mineral?
I can't remember.
I always
Rock and Gem.
Get those mistaken. Yes, it is the Rock and Gem, I believe. No, yeah, it's Rock and Gem magazine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many terms with the Tucson Gem Show.
Gem, mineral, fossil.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Got a big show. This is probably one of the most anticipated each year, just because we've got so many cool stones coming out. So how this works tonight, I'll be repeating myself, throughout the night because new people join in all the time. But so Steve's going to be introducing all of his stones that he found, not all of them, but a good majority of different stones that he found from the Tucson Gem Show tonight. He's going to show them, talk about them, and just give you kind of a background on them. And all the stones tonight are 15% off. Unlike the previous shows, you had to use a coupon code. This show, no coupon code needed. All you do is you're going to go to MoreGems.com. There'll be a link available in the chat. And you hit the green bar. That'll take you to the whole collection of the gems that Steve is talking about tonight. Any of those gems you like, they're all one of a kind. So once they're gone, they're gone. All you got to do is add them to cart. It automatically will be taken 15% off of that amount. And it's free shipping, free insured shipping. And then you can choose to use credit card to pay. We also offer PayPal. And we even have financing through a firm. So a lot of different options for you. But yeah, if you have questions during the show, make sure to sign in to YouTube or Google. There's a lively chat always going on. Questions for Steve, and we'll get them answered as soon as possible. If you want to see a stone again, if you want to see it on a finger, see it on a neck, or just have any kind of questions you have, we're here to answer them tonight. So hopefully my mic's better now. So I'm not sure if I'm missing anything.
Other than the layaway.
Oh yeah, layaway is available as well, but you have to contact us, call us tomorrow to do a layaway. You just have to put 20% down. But there is, we cannot hold stones, so there is potential that stone will be sold by tomorrow. We have 30-day returns. So I would say if you do love a stone, it's happened many times, jump on it as quickly as possible because it could be gone by the time you decide to purchase. All right.
All right, good. One thing to mention, the prices you'll see on the stones tonight, there's an appraised price and there's our price that's typically online. The appraised price is based on the gem guide. This is a market-driven, independent pricing guide produced primarily by the Tucson show and several of the gem shows around the world, where they go and they shop prices and they create this guide and they give the prices of different stones. Like here's morganite, and these are based on wholesale prices. Then they have a recommended markup for the appraised price, and this is what we use to set those appraised price in here. This guide is used in the wholesale trade or in the retail trade for appraisers. And am I getting too far? The appraisers use this to create their appraised price, and that's the price you'll see online. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I do want to just give some credit to the people that work for me, which I cannot survive without them. We have a small staff who do a great job. My wife, Nancy, of course, is our business manager. She pretty much keeps me in business. She does the accounting, the HR. She pretty much does everything. She does cleaning, and it never ends what she does. She's constantly busy. Of course, Mike is our photographer, and he pretty much. What do you do, Mike?
Oh, you're trying to figure this out earlier. I don't know. I do.
You do everything, just like I do.
Things.
He's mini me. He's my replacement.
Plus being a jeweler and.
Yeah, yes, that's the one thing I don't do that he does. I've never been a jeweler and never will be a jeweler, but Michael is a very highly qualified jeweler. Then there's Chris, who is our CAD designer. He's pretty much involved in designing most of the jewelry you see on our site. Alice, of course, she pretty much manages what goes on every day, and she does the show Alice in Gemland. Valerie is our digital content manager. LD and April are in the shop, and they're creating the jewelry that you see on our website. So again, just want to say a special thanks to them for keeping us in business and creating the great things that we do. I didn't say enough about you, Jeff.
Nope, it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm
Jeffrey,
here, just an SEO guy. That's all I am.
Yeah. He's does the things that keep us in business, because the website has become 75% of our business. Our store is a smaller portion of it. And much of it is because of Jeffrey, because Jeffrey, when he was in college, he started MoreGems.com. And that was the start of our online business. And, it's going like crazy.
Yes. Yep.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. And for everybody else that's new here, Steve is the master gem cutter, the guy that gets recognized all over the place for his gem cutting skills. And this show wouldn't be what it is without you. So,
and on top of that, when we were in Tucson, this has been the most recognized I've seen Steve be. He got stopped multiple times.
Yeah.
For I guess from his gem cutting videos, a lot of people thanked him and told him, they've watched his videos, and he was kind of like a little celebrity when we went to that to that little gem cutting demonstration at the Pueblo, the old Pueblo Lapidary Club. A couple people came up and knew him and from his videos, which were kind of neat.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah. So if anybody's watching out there, thanks for stopping and saying hi.
Because he was recognized when we were in Africa too. Some guy recognized him from the show too.
Yeah,
so.
And in Asia. When
in
we were in
Asia,
China.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the one girl was from Ethiopia that I saw in Tucson. She came to the show. She just started cutting. So.
Yeah, no, it's great.
It's
I mean,
kind of interesting to be recognized. But.
So, if you're joining the show, there's also, if you go to our YouTube channel, there's tons of videos on stones, on educational videos, and of course, on Steve's gem cutting. So,
yes, thank you to all of you for watching and checking out our content.
Yeah, we got Alex from London. Going to give one more shout out. Barb from Illinois. Kim from Missouri. Nancy, you're from Naperville. That's where I live. Good to see you. Where are we at here? Corey from Bama. I don't know where Bama is. Hey, Ann. Hey, see you, Ann. Tim's here. And then a lot more. Okay. Well,
and one more thank you, and that's to my daughter, Dana, who keeps us healthy. She's a nurse, and she's constantly, every time I have an issue, she's there to take care of me. So.
All right.
Get the whole family in there.
There we go. Now, for everybody's been.
Okay, let's show some gems. We ready or?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna start this out.
We didn't talk too much about Tucson either.
No.
One big thing in Tucson was, unfortunately, the price increases in gems, which has been significant, and some things more than others, but. In general, that was a lot of the talk in Tucson was just about the pressure on prices of gems, the rarity of top quality material. Everybody's looking for the finest, and it's just getting difficult because of the rarity of this type of material. And that's all people are looking for is the best of the best, and those prices just continue to increase. So. That's the one thing that was most notable in Tucson. Anything else that you can think of that was interesting there? I didn't see anything really new, did we?
There not a whole lot new. There was just kind of the usual suspects of what we're looking for, which we found some great things. In the mineral world, there's a new find from maybe 2024 of this Nigerian beryl, which they're saying
that was kind of everywhere.
Right, the vanadium bearing. So people were whether to call it emerald or kind of a greenish beryl or vanadium bearing beryl. It's still kind of up in the air, but I did get a couple of those crystals. This is the first time I've seen it to where I could have a selection, not just to buy the lot, because I saw some parcels in Asia, but this year in Tucson, I was able to buy select pieces, which I got a few nice ones. Which one will be on the show tonight?
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Yeah.
We should have looked for some to cut.
Yeah, there was some clean material. Yeah, it's light but vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty stuff.
So speaking of new, our first stone is a green zircon, which I've never had before. I've had greenish zircons, but nothing with such vivid color as this gem. So it's a 3.54 carat heart shape. And this comes from Sri Lanka. I've heard of it, and I've got a friend that has had some material, but I'd never seen it before. This is the first gem I've seen with a fine green color. Just a very attractive green. I suppose Tourmaline would be the closest color-wise to this gem. But nice vibrant stone and well cut, nice heart shape. Appraised value on this stone, we don't have an appraised value because the guides, it's rare enough that there is no basis for pricing on this. So our price online is $1,075. Find my price sheet here. And with the 15% off, it's $914 or $258 a carat.
And just to pop in here, T. Higgs, I don't think we cut any of these stones tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but I believe that these are all, we bought these all cut. So the next show, for anybody who's interested in our cutting, we're going to try and have everything on the next month's show from stuff that we've cut.
It will happen. Every stone on the show will be something we've cut here. And that, just to mention, I've set a challenge for myself. Over the next year, my goal is to cut $1 million worth of stones. I don't know what to call the challenge. There must be something.
So that's a appraised value, $1 million appraised, right?
Yeah, I'd like to say I could hit $1 million in our regular price, but I don't know that's possible. But appraised value is my goal, to hit $1 million worth, which is a pretty big challenge. I think what I've cut so far, I've hit about 30,000. So that's just, so we have till next year at this time, next year, February show. Yeah, hit $1 million. So just something to force myself to do a lot of cutting, which is my goal this year, is to cut a lot of this rough that I've got stored up and get it out, get it ready for selling, and just produce a lot more stones. But this one, this is a beauty. I didn't cut it, but it's a really nicely cut stone and just a great color. Green zircon from Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a green zircon in just ever, really. But
nope, never.
Yeah, it's cool stone.
It's first, for sure. And up next is a monster round Tanzanite. I think this is probably the biggest round Tanzanite I've ever owned. 53.82 carats. Very high rated because really high quality cutting. I didn't cut it, but it's beautifully cut. I'd be proud of a stone like this if I cut it. This gets a very high rating, 986 out of 1,000, because the color's right, the clarity's right, the cutting's right, and get it display. It just displays crazy red flash too. See if I can get this.
Jeffrey, you hear that? We got a big red flash Tanzanite on our hands.
Yeah, a lot of the Tanzanites I just bought, there's just some beautiful red flash in it. And this one, in the right light, I'm trying to do it with a pin light, but this is what you'll see. And when you get in certain lights, it just flashes everywhere red. It almost looks like a red secondary color. But you can see kind of what the red flash will look like. but really a beautiful gem. 53.82 carats. Appraised value on this stone is $66,270. Our price online, $36,330. And with the 15% off, it's $30,881 or $574 a carat. Really a remarkable stone. This particular stone, what is the color rating? Okay, so it's violet blue exceptional, so more blue than violet, but a good mix of both. VS1 clarity, and again, VS1 is the highest that I grade. I don't grade flawless. So a beautiful Tanzanite and a big round like this. I mean, rounds are a little more difficult to get out of the rough. So you get fewer rounds in big stones, and small stones are willing to waste the material to get rounds. But in big stones, you're going to see far more ovals than you are going to rounds. And like I say, in a stone over 50 carats, I believe this will be the only one I've had. Can you think of anything? Yeah, anything this big. I don't think I've had a 50 carat plus round. Could be wrong. Had a lot of big stones. But this is really an amazing stone. Up next is Pyrope garnet. And we had a sale.
Yes, so that everybody knows how kind of this goes. Again, you can. Sorry, I'm
jump ahead. Yeah,
I'm having yes. If you do go to MoreGems.com and click on that green banner, you're going to see all the stones we're talking about tonight. People do jump ahead and purchase before Steve even talks about them. Again, they're one of a kind, so I can understand why. But again, you add them to your cart, you get 15% off automatically of that price. So Corey picked up the stone we're about to talk about, the cushion cut Pyrope garnet.
Oh, sweet.
Beautiful color.
Well, you'll be thrilled, Corey, because the picture no way does it justice. I mean, this stone is just red, red, red. It kind of looks orangey red there, but it's red. So we bought this in a couple of rounds. This was the biggest stone. Getting over 2 carats in this particular material is difficult because the material is dark and it tends to be overly saturated. So getting stones 2 carat that show this red color and show it in any light is a very difficult thing to get. So this you don't see a lot of square cushions like this either. I don't think I've owned a square cushion before. So we were kind of thrilled to get this one. But again, the red you're going to see when you get it is phenomenal. And that's one thing about these chrome pyropes and why they're so much in demand is they are generally redder than rubies. We use these in our mother's rings, and I worry people are going to confuse them with rubies, or if they have a ruby and a garnet, they're going to say, why doesn't a ruby look like the garnet? But, they just do have a phenomenal red color. And they come from Arizona. They're also called anthill garnets because the anthills are red in the area that these are found because the ants bring these up and put them out on the ground, and the anthills just look red.
Okay. And then also Corey and everybody, if all the gemstones tonight, we also do custom design. My cousin, Chris Moriarty, we talked about him earlier. Can't remember. Yep. Yeah. He does all the custom design. And if you want something designed, we can always ship the stone to you. You can take a look at it. Or if you want to work with us, work with Alice, we can work with you to custom design anything you like. So not sure if this is for your spouse or even if it was, that'd be a cool stone in a men's ring as well, I think. So depending what you want to do there. Also, I'm going to call out Eileen. I think she skipped ahead. Eileen. She picked up the baguette cut peridot. The
Cool.
5.34 carats. Those are cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of
cool
these stones
shape.
yet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eileen.
And I've got some other great peridots. We bought quite a few peridots, and we just sent a comment to our supplier of peridots. These are all direct from Pakistan, and just the quality of the cutting they're doing is pretty remarkable. They're just really beautiful cutting on the peridots we got this time. So,
and lastly, everybody's skipping ahead, but Ken picked up Michael's specialty, the smoky amethyst crystal from Zimbabwe.
Those are cool.
Sweet. That's a neat piece. Yeah, got that right here. That's so cool.
That is
I
pretty
love
cool.
these things. So
Those
thank
are
you.
unreal.
Yeah. We actually saw some Chinese. I don't know if it was Chinese made, but we saw a synthetic that was grown like this. These are natural, but it was just way too clear. And I asked the guy, I was like, "Is this real?" And they said, "No, synthetic." So, but yeah, very cool piece. Thank you.
So something to be careful of out there. We've seen some pretty remarkable synthetics or imitation stones over this last year. So it just gets a little more difficult every year. Figuring out what's real and what's not.
And can I throw out a few questions?
Sure.
Sorry, everybody. I know we want to get to the next stone here, but some questions which you can always you log in. You can post questions all day long. We'll get them answered. I've been trying to find sphene rough to cut. Did you see any in Tucson?
I think we didn't we? A lot of the sphene's really flat, so it's hard to get a good piece to cut. I know I looked at sphene. I didn't see anything that I wanted to get and cut.
I don't. I bought a couple crystals, sphene crystals from Tanzania, but I don't remember the rough. You may have seen it, but I didn't.
Yeah, just really flat. Just hard. It looks like it would cut a 10 carat, but by the time you account for the depth, you're going to get 5 1-caraters out of it because there's just no depth to it.
That's what he says. That's what I've been finding as well. So
just the nature of the material.
Another question: do peridot commonly have inclusions?
Yeah. The lighter minty colors typically have Ludwigite needles. If they're fine enough, they don't really show. Which I bought some nice material rough that we'll be cutting for the next show, and it does have the Ludwigite in it, but they're very, very fine, and they don't show up. Other than that, peridot, there's a lot of the material has a lot of inclusions in it, but it's that light stuff that just almost always has Ludwigite in it. But that light color cuts colors like Marilani mint garnet. It looks like you get a 10 carat Marilani mint garnet, and it's $20,000-$30,000, and you get these peridots that look much like it, and they're a couple $1,000s for 10 carat, and so there is an advantage to the peridot, just a beautiful color, and you can get that mint color occasionally.
Okay, thank you.
What other inclusions? I can't quite place what types of inclusions are in the deeper color material, but definitely most of it is included. Yeah. A veil. All right, up next, these are not quite gray spinels because they do have more color to them. And this may show a little more blue than they actually are, but they definitely have that blue secondary to the gray. Yeah. Yeah. ideally. Yeah, for me anyway. Just straight gray is not something that I find beautiful. But these are gray spinels, supposedly from Mozambique. I'm still thinking Tanzania, though. But from the source, they say Mozambique. But anyway, beautiful color. Spinels have become a very hot gem. The red spinels are extremely expensive, almost the price of rubies. Pink spinels from Mahenge are more expensive than pink sapphire, which doesn't seem right, but that's the way it is. That's the demand for spinel is been dramatic, and the demand for these so-called gray spinels, whatever their secondary colors is been remarkable. As I've said many times, they're not my favorite, but I know I have to buy them because the public loves them. So this particular set weighs 4.08 carat, 35.70 is our price online. The appraised price is $5,056, and with the 15% off, this pair is $3,035 or $744 a carat.
Steve, you want to show it? We've been forgetting to show on the hand.
Yeah.
Let me get my head out of the way.
Yeah. So a good ring size. And this is a pair that tomorrow, if we still have them, and somebody wants to split them, I don't really have a problem with that. It's unusual to get a good match pair of these, but I can sell them singly or in a pair. So spinels from Mozambique. I just haven't seen this spinel from Mozambique yet. Yeah, and there's a lot of it coming out of Mahenge right now, which do generally have a little more color in them than the material from Sri Lanka. So that would be my bet, but we're going with Mozambique because our supplier said that's where they came from. I need to get closer. All right, up next, this is really a beautiful, beautiful gem. This comes from Tanzania. This comes from Mahenge. This is Mahenge Malaya garnet. Kind of a peachy pink. Just a really bright stone, big size for this material. Difficult to get things over 3 carats that came out of Mahenge. Mahenge is the source that kind of rewrote the book for garnets, particularly price-wise. They produce these lighter colors, produced light pinks that we hadn't seen before Mahenge. And there was so much demand for the Mahenge garnets that it forced the price of garnets up significantly. So this is a 5 carat 18. Price $7,770. Our online price $49.75. And with the 15 off, it's $42.29 or $816 a carat. Just really clean and beautiful, beautiful gem. If it were sapphire, we'd probably call it Patparasha. Definitely a pink orange. I think in incandescent light, you'll see a lot more orange to it. I don't know if this light will do that or. Yeah, not really. But whatever color it is, it's just really beautiful stone, beautifully cut. So Mahenge Malaya garnet. Great ring size. And up next is this just intense pink. Fuchsia color. Weighs 2.01 carats. In sapphire, typically in the rarer colors, 2 carats, kind of a magic number, has a big effect on the value of the gem.
And this one's no heat, huh?
Yeah, no heat,
Yeah,
which has a huge
Right.
difference in price. You know, when you look at the guide, they do break pinks down from naturals and heated, and I can tell you what the difference. So a 2 carat pink, top quality 2 carat, they list in the extra fine from 2,800 a carat to 3,800 a carat for. Oh, so in on or heated pinks, they give a wholesale value of 2,800 to 3,800, and unheated goes to 52 to 6,000 a carat. So that's the difference between heated and unheated in pink sapphires. And most sapphires, similar price changes for unheated versus heated. You know, there's just a strong collector demand for unheated sapphires. And this one, tough to get a more intense pink than this. I guess you'd never get a more intense pink. I don't know what the color would be. Does it go to red or I don't know. So this gem, 23,300 is the appraised price. 79.90 is our price online. And with the 20% off, it's $67.92 or $3,379 a carat. Pink sapphire from Madagascar.
Hey, Steve, can you, James wants to know if you can put the pink garnet next to the pink sapphire for contrast.
Okay. I can do that. Size on the hand. The
Dad's
two
Dad's doing a
one.
balancing act here.
Yeah.
All right.
Get it to focus.
Look great in a ring. Why aren't your hands as tan as that hand, Steve? Did you guys lay out in Tucson? And you just out there working the whole time?
No, swam a little bit.
Okay.
I didn't, but we were walking. It got sunny. It was 85 degrees out there. It felt great compared to the single digits out here. But
Yes.
Yeah, record heat out there.
yeah, it was nice.
James likes them both. All right, James.
You,
You can get them both, and you got what? Got a few holidays coming up. Dana wanted to know, she missed the cushion cut Pyrope. She really wanted that one. Do you know if you're going to have any more of those? She'd like to do
no
something in the ring.
cushions, but I have some really nice rounds.
Okay.
Just under 2 carat, like carat 70s. But they're really beautiful. And rounds probably show, I want to say show best, but that cushion's a great stone. But typically they'll cut rounds because they do show better than other cuts. Because of the depth of color, a round will lighten it up more than like the cushion. Most cushions you cut in a chrome pyrope will be too dark. Not the case of that one, but it's a cut that will tend to darken stones up. So the rounds we have are really spectacular rounds. Was there any in the show at all, Mike? I don't know. I did any.
I thought there may have been 2, but maybe not. But
there's a oval garnet. It's not the. That's a garnet though.
Cushion?
No, is it a pyrope garnet?
Oh, there is a round, brilliant chrome pyrope coming up.
Okay. Yeah. So there
1.66 carat.
How much?
1.66.
So there's a 1.66 carat in the show for 15% off. So if you go to MoreGems.com, click on that green banner, and then scroll down. It may be on the second page. I'm not sure where it's at.
I'll link to it.
Okay.
All right. Up next.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Oh, there we go. Sales. All right. Suzette. She picked up the oval cut 3.04 carat garnet. That looks like a deep color garnet. I don't think we talked about that one yet.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. That was nice
that's a beauty, too.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's a color that I really have never seen. It was sold to me as a rhodolite, but it just doesn't look like a rhodolite. I mean, if I were going to have to put it into a category, I'd put it in rhodolite, but it's like no rhodolite I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's great stone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, we're ready for this one. Okay.
Hidden gem. Okay. We had to change some things around here from before.
Oh, yeah. Tell them how this will work.
Yes. So this is a little different tonight just because we wanted to make it so much easier for you to get the discount. So we removed the coupon code. But the rare gems tonight, for everybody that's watching, these are going to be 25% off. You probably haven't seen it on the show yet because they're hidden. We don't release it until we talk about it because we know people would probably buy these up. So this one I'm about to release, you got to give me 1 minute, but it'll be 25% off with the coupon code RARE25. So you're just going to add it to the cart. I'll show you how to in about a minute. And you enter that coupon code and get 25% off the listed price. So just give me, I'll pop, you can talk about it, Steve, and I'll pop back on.
So this is a fantasy cut ametrine. We had one on the show very similar to it on the last show. It weighs 67.93 carat and just a cool cut. And this is what the future for us of fantasy cutting is going to create. If you look behind me, this machine right here is our fantasy machine, which has not cut a fantasy cut yet. But we did a lot of research in Tucson and went to one meeting where Steven Tyler was showing how to use the fantasy machine, which it's a totally different way of cutting, different ways of polishing. I'm still trying to get the tools together to make this an easier machine to use. But this is the kind of thing that machine will do, which the Ultratech V5 will only cut flat facets. This will cut grooves or concave facets. This particular fantasy cut we're showing here is all concave faceted. So on the top, those are concave facets on the back, and of course the big dimple, which is a concave facet. So these were cut in China, but they did a beautiful job on it. And kind of thrilled to get, we actually got a couple more of these from our supplier of our ametrine that we bought. So I'll be able to cut things like this in the near future, or or hopefully my own designs. But this one works beautifully. I mean, it's just really mixes the two colors of the ametrine really well, and just shows really a fantastic display of yellow and purple. So it's really a cool gem.
Pop it in here. So what you can do, I just posted the link in the chat. Otherwise, if you go to MoreGems.com and you click on the hamburger menu, if you're on mobile, or click on the navigation, and there is a link called Hidden Gems. Just click there. You'll see this gem there. And then again, just add it to your cart. Put in the coupon code RARE25, and it'll take 25% off that price.
So it's $47.50 is the appraise price on it. $26.80 is our price online. With the 20 off, it is $2,010 or $30 a carat. It's really a unique piece of jewelry. Just make a really cool pendant.
Yeah, Shelly was asking what you would do with it. So probably a pendant more than a ring, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty big ring. It's a doorknob. But as a pendant, easy to wear, almost any size as a pendant. Just have a nice display as a pendant. People will be mesmerized by it. So fantasy cut ametrine. Fantasy cutting was made popular by Bernd Moonsteiner, originally called Moonsteiners. They kind of took the idea away from him and called them fantasy cuts. Just not pigeonhole it into Moonsteiners, and I'm sure there's a copyright infringement was the issue too. This material comes from Bolivia, and we have a couple of kilos of material, so we'll be cutting ametrines for quite some time. I really love the bicolor effect of ametrine, and always thought it was way too underpriced. You look at bicolor tourmalines, and they're $300, $400, $500 a carat. And you got a stone like this that's $30 a carat, and just has a remarkable display. All right, the next stone I guess we can skip. I think Eileen bought these.
Very nice pair.
Assume they're
beautiful
for earrings, but who knows? Yeah. Could do an interesting ring with it also. Next stone is a Spessartite. And this is one of those gems that's taken the hard hit of high demand and very limited availability. You can find the dark reddish orange stones, but finding material with this kind of color is very, very difficult and in very high demand. It's the Japanese or the Chinese that kind of forced the price up on this. They just decided that this was what they wanted to own, and they just went out after everything they could find in this color range, and it probably effectively doubled the price, or maybe even tripled the price over a few short years, probably 5 years time period. But the big advantage to Spessartite, its high refractive index, gives it extreme brilliance. So this one weighs a little over 5 carat. You don't typically find these in very large sizes like most garnets. The 3 carat and above are getting into a rare size. This particular stone appraises for $7,320. $53.50 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $45.46 or $907 a carat. It's really a top color in this material, just bright orange.
And this gem's pretty clean for Spessartite too. It looks very clear.
Yeah. Most Spessartites, I've cut Spessartites, but you generally can't photograph them because the veils that are in them just show up like crazy. So, getting totally clean Spessartites is a rare thing. I think when you get into the more red colors of it, they do tend to be cleaner. But these bright oranges will tend to have veils in them. This one is pretty clean. VS2 clarity. And like we said many times, it's difficult to hide inclusions with this camera. You put these bright lights on it, and the close-up photography tends to show everything that's in it, which it's hard to see what's in this, but we know there's something in it, but I can't quite remember where. But it's quite minor. Just a beautiful Spessartite. So we don't get too many Spessartites. The price that most are asking is just restrictive. You start getting into $2,000 a carat for Spessartites, and I still have a little difficulty with that.
And just to pop in here, guys, if the audio is a little sketchy anywhere with either Steve, myself, Michael, or Jeffrey, just please let me know. I try and make it the best I can, but sometimes it's difficult because I can't really hear it. So feel free to let me know in chat. I'll try and adjust for it.
All right, Spessartite garnet coming from Nigeria. Show it on the hand. Just great brilliance. There's not many stones that display as good a brilliance as Spessartite garnets. The Spessartite is somewhere over 181 refractive index, which are a few stones. Zircons are in that same kind of range. But for garnet, they have the highest refractive index of any of the garnets.
And Steve, there's a question. I'm not sure if it relates to this stone or not. How many inclusions in order to be a VS2 on the spec type?
Well, it's not how many. I mean, how many does have an effect. It's more how visible they are than anything. Where they're located. If you have an inclusion center table, it tends to have a more disastrous effect on the grading. So it's all about how visible they are, the size of the inclusion, and it can be the amount of inclusions, because the more inclusions you have, even if they're small, it can affect the brilliance of the stone. So it's quantity, size, most important, how visible they are, and the effect they have on the brilliance of the stone is what's gonna change the clarity ratings.
And you have it as a GIA Type 2 stone, so I'm assuming that has a role to play in that grading. Is that correct?
Yeah, GIA breaks down stones into Type 1, Type 2, Type 3. Type 3 would be like emerald, which are always included. So this grading system gives a little play in how you grade the stone. A Type 2, you get slight I don't think this is the case with this, but a Type 2 stone, if it were a diamond, as a VS2, maybe it would be an SI1. So you get a partial grade difference just because of the rarity of the clarity. This type of garnet is rarely clean, so it's a type 2. So it gets a little latitude as far as the grading. Again, emerald would be the type 3. I'm trying to think what else is type 3. Pink tourmaline typically is type 3, although we've had some really clean pink tourmalines, but it generally is a type 3. Rubellite tourmaline would be type 3. Type 1s would be most other, not most garnets. Aquamarines would be a type 1, which we typically see them clean. Amethyst, ametrines, tanzanites are all type 1. Sapphires would be type 2. So it's just a way of giving a little bit of leeway in the grading of a stone because they do not generally occur totally clean. So you give it a little leeway. That's what a type 2 would say. You got a little leeway in the grading of this stone, basically. It's probably not how GIA would explain it, but it's my explanation.
Yeah. One more question with Spessartite here. Josephina wants to know, she said a French expert said there is a difference between Spessartine and Spessartite. Can you tell more, please?
I don't think so.
No?
I think they're the same. Yeah, I don't know what it's just like almandine and almandite, they're the same stone. I don't think there's any difference. I don't know what gemologically why that is and which is the appropriate term. We generally call it Spessartite, but Spessartine is, in my opinion, it's just another name for the same stone.
Is it kind of like, what's it, amylite and...
Ameline?
Ameline. Wasn't there with that fossil? Isn't there two different when it's all polished up versus just in the stone? Ammonite and amylite. Oh, okay. That's it.
Yeah, and I don't know if mineralogically there's a difference. Spessartite is the cut gem, Spessartine is the mineral. That's possible. That would be the only explanation I could have. So somebody look it up and let us know. Or don't if I'm wrong. Okay, up next. This is really a beautiful sapphire. Just really, really great yellow color, great cutting, high clarity, just everything about it. A bigger size, it's a 4-carat stone. 4.20 carats, again, comes from Madagascar. Madagascar produces some of the finest sapphires on the planet and have since the mid 1990s. I started going in early 2000, and much to do with the sapphires that were there. But this is a beautiful yellow color. 4.20 carat. Appraised value on this is $91.20. Our price online, $69.30. And with the 15 off, it's $5,891 or $1,400 a carat. Just really a beautifully cut stone. Fully brilliant. I say high clarity. This stone is heated. If it were an unheated stone, well into the 2,000 a carat.
And
Go ahead.
So Vicky asked about the hidden gems, and she was wondering, if she was thinking. Well, I'll just describe it to you, Vicky. So the hidden gems, they won't be able to commingle with the 15% off gems because they'll be in a different place. and the hidden gems only appear when we announce them. And this show is a little different because the hidden gems will be in a totally different collection. So currently, the only hidden gem that we've released and shown is the ametrine. So everything else is only 15%, which, yeah, you'll see there's 2 hidden gems remaining.
And this stone is truly VS1, no notation of the GIA Type 2, just really, really clean stone. Yeah, and just look at the cutting on it. I mean, it's just remarkable, remarkable sapphire. And 4 carat is really a big sapphire in general. Of course, they occur bigger, but it gets into a rarer size for sure. And this is really a spectacular Mahenge garnet. The color is just unreal. Not sure what to call this color, other than beautiful. Beautifully cut, just bright, bright gem. Almost 6 carat. Again, this material from Mahenge, this is a big, big stone for that. This is a VS2. I think maybe small crystal in it. I can't quite spot it, but there's something in it, but nothing that affects the beauty of the gem. Uh, 5.94 carats, appraised value of $61.50. $44.50 is our price online. With the 15% off, it's $37.83. $637 a carat. Mahenge garnet from Tanzania.
So, Steve, we had a question earlier. This question may be out of the scope of the show, but how difficult is it to source rough Tanzanite from Tanzania right now? What are the current types of regulations?
Current regulations. Well, over a gram is supposedly not exported, but over a gram is exported commonly. You find it worldwide, material. We see it in Hong Kong. We see it in Bangkok. We see it in Tucson. You pretty much see it everywhere. The regulations, whether they're there to create I won't get into what it's there to create, but it is available worldwide. And when you look at the regulations and you see that in India cuts probably 60 to 70% of all the Tanzanite in the world. So the material is exported, and it's known in the country, out of the country. But 1 gram and above are supposed to be illegal to export. Is what the ruling in Tanzania is. But as in most African countries, the rules that are there are not generally followed, or followed in order to create. I won't get into it, but it gets out of the country.
Yeah.
I mean, it's commonly found everywhere in the world.
Okay.
So,
And crystals, that's not the same case, right? If it has a crystal
Yes.
structure, then
natural
it
crystal
can be.
shape can be exported.
All right. With that, let's talk about a sale.
Okay.
All right, again, everybody, if you're just joining us, you can, all the stones we're showing tonight, 15% off. Just go to MoreGems.com, click on that green banner, and you're going to get 15% off automatically in your cart. And we offer credit card, PayPal, and financing through Affirm. This sale was to Vicky. Vicky picked up that initial one, that really cool green color, the brilliant cut zircon.
Oh, cool.
That's a
cool.
I don't think I've ever seen that green.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's everybody I've shown
Right.
it to has never seen that color. So.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I've got one friend, I'm sure he's seen it because I've heard him talk about it. But he goes to Sri Lanka regularly, you know, and that's where this material's from. I don't know what the color of his green ones are, whether they're this good, but I was really impressed with the color of that green zircon. Hopefully we'll see more, but never seen it before, and it's the only one I saw in all of Tucson. So,
Okay.
Thanks, Vicky.
so you got a rarity.
And she
For
also picked up, which I'm guessing we didn't talk about yet, which is totally fair. Anybody can go ahead and you pick up any gems you want. The step trapezoid cut blue zircon, 5.91 carats.
Oh, cool.
That looks like a cool color.
Oh, the colors are just intense.
Oh yeah, we got some great stones. This trip.
And we got quite a few blue zircons, more than the past, because I've quit worrying about the depth of them. The material from Cambodia is cut deep, and I've avoided it in the past, but I look at the colors and I just decided there's no avoiding it. The colors are so remarkable, and it's partly due to their depth, because the deeper you cut a stone, the more depth of color you get from it. So I bought quite a few. I think the last time we met with our supplier was in Hong Kong or
we saw him in Thailand. He was in Hong Kong too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we met him.
And we avoided these stones, and I just, I only bought the shallower cut stones, and, we hardly bought any, and this time I just looked at them. I said, I just can't not buy these. They're just such intense colors, and you'll see more from us online in the near future, because I bought quite a few of them, and some of them, the color is just unreal. But that shape was the coolest of them, and that's why it got in the show and the others didn't, because the others are just ovals and cushions. But beautiful stones. That one was just unique.
Great stones. That one was,
just
kind
the
of
shape.
that keystone shape.
Yeah, it needed something interesting shape, because they sell, And most cutters overseas, they don't cut a lot of the fancy shapes. They're focusing on ovals and cushions and things like that. All right, up next.
Before we do that, Colleen just asked, are there pink Paraibas? I think what we just saw unheated.
Yeah.
That was pink, right? Wasn't, or what was the color?
What color was it? More purple?
Right. It was kind of purpley. Yeah, it was an interesting color.
Yeah. Did we take pictures of those?
We may have taken a picture of it, because I had never seen an unheated, and I didn't realize that they were. I guess I just didn't think about it, that they were all heated to that color.
Yeah, one of our suppliers had some really unique stones. They were huge money, but,
But when have you ever seen them? Yeah. And
those purple ones, I think they heat too, They may heat to the blue, but she thought they were unique and didn't want to heat it. Yeah. So, but pinks, you know, do you call them Paraibas then, I guess? You know, yeah, I suppose. Pink Paraiba, just like pink Tanzanite, pink zoisite. So yes, I think pink does exist. You know, but most of them have been heated in an attempt to get the blues and the greens. All right, can we go on now?
We can.
All right. Okay, up next, really another beautiful color in Spessartites. Again, the brilliance is outstanding in this material. And this one does display a little bit of pink, which puts it into the, yeah. No. The other source is not Malawi, but the original source was, God, I lost the term. Anyway, you know, there's just a touch of pink to it that it'll come. We hope. Starts with M. Maybe not. But anyway,
Let's go through
it's
the
a beautiful.
alphabet,
It's a
folks.
beautiful
A?
stone.
Let's start with an A,
Is,
Steve.
all right. So this is a match pair of Spessartite garnets. Remarkable brilliance and great color. Price $7,520. $49.90 is our price online. These 4.70 carats come from Nigeria, and they're $4,243 is the price with 15% off. Mandarin, thank you. Was an M.
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah, Mandarin garnet. Mandarin is just just a touch of pink to it, which these definitely have. You know, it's maybe not be showing it here in this picture, but these I would definitely call Mandarin. And Mandarin is the most valued of the Spessartites. There's actually in the gem guide, there's a separate category pricing for Mandarin garnets. And generally that source is not producing. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Didn't I? I didn't show it on hand. So again, just a rare color, rare stone, and rare to get a match pair.
And again, thanks for joining, everybody. I see Peggy just joined us from Hawaii. I bet it's much better weather than here. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Steve.
Well, as I look at it here, I can definitely see the pink, and I knew that's why I bought them, because that is what makes these much rarer, is becoming a Mandarin garnet. But again, you know, the price of these garnets have gone up so much that, you know, I've resisted buying them till probably this trip. You know, you can only resist so long. You know, the price is the price. And once they go up, it's rare to see anything go down. You know. And how about that gold? You know, we'll see if that goes down or continues up. I keep thinking, well, it's going to drop, but you know, we're up pushing almost $3,000 an ounce.
Yeah, I just looked at 29.55.
$29.55.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think when I worked here, when I was in the store, I think 20 years ago, I just remember it being like, is it right? Like 600, 700
Or
ounce?
yeah. There was a short period. It may have been then, and maybe you were here when it was $375. So where is the ultimate price?
Yeah.
And if you look online, we have not repriced anything since 2000 gold. So at least the gold portion of our mounting should be 30% higher, but we're set in a price, and things that you make new will reflect the price of gold.
So do you think it's a good time, like if someone's hesitating between like gold and platinum, that what's platinum compared to gold right now?
Platinum has hit almost 1,000 an ounce.
Okay.
It, at 2,100, I was thinking that gold was at its peak, but it just keeps going, platinum's only gone up about 10% in the same time period that gold went up 30%. I think that platinum is a good investment at the price because it's at a low price of many, many years. It used to be that platinum was twice as expensive as gold.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's a third the price of gold. So, but the one thing I know is I have no idea. As anybody that's pushing investing in metals, they're just guessing. They don't have any idea what's going on, where it's going to go. But could gold go to 4,000 an ounce? Hey, could happen. And if all right, up next, this is a real beauty. That's not next. Oh, okay. Well, just take my shirt.
Taking over.
Michael's taking over.
Mineral Mike taking over the More Gems show just for a brief time. I've got a few cool things to show everybody. So alongside Steve's Gems, those of you who don't know, we also sell crystals and mineral specimens on our website, mineralmike.com. And this trip in Tucson, I also got a lot of amazing new specimens. It'll take me some time to get them online because we've been working on the gems and getting prepared for this show. But I've also put a few pieces here, including, let's see.
And may I say that what you got this trip is better than any trip that we've taken.
Yes, yeah, I got some great things this time, and I am really pleased with the selection that I've gotten, and excited to share it with all of you.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the first piece here is a very nice aesthetic ruby in zoisite. This is from Tanzania.
Oh, that perfect hex.
Right, perfect.
And doesn't this one? Go ahead. Sorry. I know
That's
it's my show, but this is your part. So I'll shut up.
Steve really likes the ruby zoisite. We love looking through these.
Man, the way the crystallization of, is that the sphalerite or? No,
so
that's not sphalerite.
No, the hornblende.
Hornblende.
It might be. I think it's actinolite.
It's a lot more reflective in this piece than any I've seen.
Yeah, and I like that. I like to have a good mix. Some pieces are cool with just the solid green zoisite, but I like a good mix. Like you could see, it's a lot darker towards this top half, which has got heavily on the top. Then you've got the nice ruby crystal here and a little vein of ruby running through it. And this crystal does look like it comes through the other side. You got a nice little speck of some more ruby there as well. But a really good piece. This one's, what is it, 1.5 kilos?
It's probably 1,000 carat ruby.
Yeah, it's a big piece. Sometimes you can see this one not so much, but the growth lines in it. They've all got really good fluorescence, which most rubies do. So if you're into fluorescent minerals, this one's...
So I wonder if you put a bright enough light behind it, could you see that? I can't imagine you could see through it.
Yeah, I don't know. No.
It's such intense color. I didn't think so.
Yeah. So, trying, but yeah, can't quite see through it.
I'll have to try it in the dark.
Yeah, maybe in the dark it might. Thinner piece for sure. We saw some slabs that they had sliced real thin, that it almost could be like you could make like a stained glass lamp almost out of them. But it's a really cool piece. This one I've got for $1,179, less 15. I didn't come prepared and do the math, so if you're curious, just add it to your cart and it'll tell you.
And these are like, I just keep thinking, I think I got a few pieces, maybe from you or we picked out together that, I have in my home office. And it was just really cool, especially if I know, women are always, getting loose gems. Guys are always looking for something,
Right.
These are just cool. You have a really cool shelf at your house that displays a lot of these. And
yes, good conversation pieces.
Yeah.
If somebody comes over and, you're into gems. I mean, showing what they came from is a really neat aspect of even gem collecting. So as a mineral collector, you can, show them this is a raw piece of ruby,
mm-hmm.
Which these are just super cool. And you can get fairly big size out of these ruby and zoisite.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that man cave in your new house to just have all these specimens. That'd be really cool.
I don't have that big of a collection at home. I've got a lot of sentimental pieces that from the mines we've gone to, or certain trips, or my early collection I've kept. But a lot of them I offer up. Even some of the best things I've got for sale. So I get to keep them for a little bit of time, enjoy them until they go to their new home. So yeah, that was ruby and zoisite. This one had sold earlier in the show. This is another really cool, amethyst scepter. It's like a smoky quartz and amethyst mixed, coming from Zimbabwe. If anybody was interested in this, and it got sold early, I do have some more, so feel free to reach out. I've got some other really nice pieces they're all unique. So that one has already gone. And then I picked up this, which I thought was really cool just because it's so big, for a crystal. This is a Tourmaline crystal, black tourmaline. It's just solid black, but really nice crystal structure. Interesting, good for a cabinet-sized display. A lot of the tourmaline crystals that are gem quality have the pretty greens, bicolors, and things like that. They're a lot smaller than this, and they can get big, but the value of them goes up, But nice luster, good size, and a cool display piece. So this one's also from Tanzania. It's a little bit, just over a kilo, 1,194 grams. And this one's $619, less the 15%. And the final thing that I've got for this segment of the show is, if you were here earlier, we were talking about new things we saw. And these greenish blue beryl crystals, I called it, are coming out of Nigeria. I think this find was maybe 2024 is when I first started seeing it. Could be a little earlier than that. But these are really neat. They are, can't see it because of the green screen, but they say it's the vanadium bearing. So many people were calling it emerald. I just called it green beryl because, I don't know for sure, but they are fluorescent. So if you go into a dark room and you hit it with a long wave UV flashlight, it does fluoresce pink. And many of them you'll see have this, it's just a solid green band going close to the termination. This one doesn't have it, but many of the other crystals that I've seen do. And I have a few myself that I haven't listed online yet, but I wanted to offer this one. I thought it was really neat with the different 3 tiers of the ending terminations on this crystal. But a beautiful color, vibrant blue, blue-green, but something new and cool out of Nigeria. This one weighs 24.36 carats, and I've got it listed for $1,049, less than 15%. But really neat, super pretty. I wish I would have bought more as I look at them, just because they just came out and there was a great selection. And I didn't quite know about it, but now after looking at them, and I'm just like, wow, these are just such a pretty color. I wish I would have gotten more, but these are what I've got for now.
Well, hopefully they'll make it for another year.
Yeah. And this trip to Tucson was the first time that I was able to select. I've seen a few lots available with
kilos.
Kilos.
Yes.
And material that I didn't necessarily want. These I picked out for the aesthetics and what I found pretty. But that's my collection and my segment for mineralmike.com. These are all currently also listed on MoreGems.com. If you click the green banner, they are in the show collection. So back to you, Steve.
All right. Love your effects there, Michael.
I wanted to jump in here, too.
We were talking about the ruby and zoisite, and this is one I polished a long time ago, and you can see the ruby in it. Just kind of cool stuff.
And speaking of polishing, I know a joke for people that have watched a lot. There's always the joke that Dad's going to buy up Michael's crystals and start cutting them on his own. But there was a live chat through the site. I was talking with somebody about just the educational series of cutting that you do on YouTube, and they asked the machine. It's always a common question, but I know we get this question all the time. But the machine that you use to cut, or that you recommend people to use, I believe someone said, what's the machine behind you as well? So if you could kind of explain.
I use the Ultratech V5. Just a great machine, easy to use. It is what I recommend because it's one of the only machines that you can trust is going to be there in the future. All the other machines that I own, the companies have gone out of business, so you can't get parts. Unless you're a machinist, you're kind of screwed when something goes wrong with it. But Ultratech has been around making machines for 55 years. They don't rely on faceting machines as their only form of business. They manufacture a lot of different types of equipment, so they're likely going to be around in the future, which is really what you need. You need somebody to supply you those parts and back you up when you need help with your machine. So that's the big thing about the Ultratech V5, as well as it just cuts a great stone. It's quick. You can cut a stone in 5-6 hours. I think I just cut a Tanzanite. It's probably going to take me about a 7-8 carat Tanzanite. It's probably going to take me 5 or 6 hours to finish it, maybe 7. And that's a reasonable amount of time. And that's what a good quality machine gives you. Repeatability. When you cut a facet and go back to polish it, it goes back and it polishes right on that facet. That's what you're going to find that used equipment doesn't do, and a lot of other machines on the market just will not produce the quality that this machine produces. It's some people think that it's a relatively expensive machine. It's probably $5,500 for that machine. But if for someone who wants to get in business, $5,500, it almost gets you in business. You still have some other equipment to buy, but for $7,000, you're in business. So that's one way to look at a machine like this. And when you're a new cutter, to go and use a used piece of equipment, you don't know what the issues are. Is it the equipment or is it me? In a case like this, it's if you're having a problem, it's probably you and not the equipment. But you'll have far less problems when you buy a high quality piece of equipment. Then once you learn flat faceting, you can go from the Ultratech V5 and go into the fantasy cut machine and start doing fantasy cuts like the ametrine that we showed you earlier. So it gives you a wide variety of things that you can do, and they're all coming from one company, Ultratech. So if you decide you want to get into faceting and you want to buy an Ultratech, give them my name and what I do for you later. I am a rep for Ultratech. I do provide you a really nice piece of rough, something that's going to cut a fairly valuable stone. So just for giving my name, I do get a commission on it. And what I ask, if you do that, give me a notification too, and give me your address so I can get that piece of rough out to you. All right, back to the stones. This is a really, really nice sapphire, just a unique color. Beautiful blue, but just that soft, just a different look, bright, clean stone, beautifully cut, just the excellent brilliance to the stone. This, again, comes from Madagascar. Madagascar produces probably the widest variety of colors. Next to Sri Lanka is another place that produces huge amount of color variety. I think Madagascar probably more so, though. You get bicolors and just some of the most amazing sapphires come from Madagascar. VS1 Clarity weighs 2.02 carats. Praise price $51.50. $29.90 is our price online. And with the 15% off, it is $25.42 or $1,258 a carat. Just a beautiful, beautiful sapphire. Great engagement ring, great men's ring. Just a really, really pretty stone. And up next, another
hidden gem. All right. Give me a sec here to add this guy. So everybody that's new, I'm going to explain it. If you've heard it before, I'm sorry. So hidden gem, these are not released until we start talking about them now, just because we do offer 25% off this price. So what you're going to do, it'll be up in about 30 seconds, is you can go to MoreGems.com. There is a navigational link up in the menu that says hidden gems. You click on it. This will show up in the next minute. If you add it to your cart and enter coupon code RARE25, you're going to get 25% off our price there. So it'll be there shortly. Go ahead, Steve.
We better give Jeffrey a warning next time.
And just to hop on, there are a couple people in chat that did buy the Ultratech V5 upon your recommendation. It looks like Oliver Burns and Electric Crystals. I talked to them on Reddit. So yeah, they liked the rough that they got. So cool. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. So this is a fancy yellow Tanzanite. These fancy colors are dramatic rarity compared to blues and purples in Tanzanite. This is a beautifully cut stone. Again, unique color. This will be natural color. I don't know what would happen to this if you heated it, because yellow typically goes away. So this weighs 2.23 carats, excellent cut grade, VS1 clarity, no treatments. Praise price we don't have because it's too rare to have a actual what price is it. But anyway, our price online is $990, and with the 15% off,
25,
it
Steve.
is 25% off. Oh, I gave that much, huh? It's $743. Whoa. Or $333 a carat, which makes no sense for as rare as it is. This is one, if somebody doesn't buy it, the price will go up soon. Yeah, that's, oops. Yeah, really great stone for the money.
And yellow tanzanite doesn't matter if, because it's yellow, you could still do ring, pendant, anything. Can you show it on the hand too?
Oh, sure.
Yellow is pretty popular
Yeah,
tanzanite that we sell.
Yeah, it's the same as any other tanzanite. You know, you do wear it with some caution. I mean, you know, if you're gonna buy a tanzanite, wear it every day. If you do over time, you're gonna damage the surface. You know, which we have repaired quite a few stones. It's amazing that I don't repair more stones than I do, because they're not the hardest gem on the planet, but they've shown to be very wearable, you know, but as an everyday stone all the time, maybe it's probably not the best choice. So we had a sale. I assume it's on this one.
Yep, Martha jumped in.
Yeah, that is cheap. $333 a carat. That's probably the cheapest yellow tanzanite I've ever had.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Martha.
Cool.
Yes, thank you very much. Great stone.
All right, up next is another rarity. This rare for its size, a 3.36 carat Sapphire. And just really a beautiful color. Probably not quite as minty as it's showing in this picture. It's just a beautiful green. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's showing so minty, but it's just top Sapphire green. Picture's much more representative, although it's still better green than the picture. Green's one of our tougher colors to show. Greens and reds for our camera is been a problem. If anybody has any ideas, you know, I've wondered about filters and trying to get some filters that would improve the greens and reds particularly. Blue greens are a difficult one too, but there's a lot of colors, you know, those colors mainly that I have difficulty representing. But beautiful Sapphire, 3.36 carat, appraised price is over $21,000. You know, as you get into 3 carat, we're getting into a real rare category in Sapphire garnets. You know, and this one's beautifully cut. Our price online is $12,600. And with the 15% off, it's $10,710 or $3,188 a carat. Whoop, almost lost it. Just on the... Yeah, it doesn't do good either. It's worse. Yeah. Just vivid green.
And there were a few people looking for the, missed out on the yellow tanzanite. I know we have some on, bless you.
I think I have one more yellow tanzanite.
Do you? Okay. I was going to say, I think we have some on TanzaniteJewelryDesigns.com as well.
Yeah, could be.
But you got one more tonight?
I don't know. There's one more in the show. No.
But you brought another one.
I don't know if there's one more in the second group.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah, there is. It's there's a carat 64.
And this
Smaller stone.
All right. Yeah, we can show that one.
And I think you're right. There is one or two online. Yeah.
I posted some links in the chat, everybody, that links to the Tanzanite that Steve just showed, and one on our other website, which is tanzanitejewelrydesigns.com. It's a whole site dedicated to Tanzanite, where we have a ton of fancy colors as well. So you can find that there. What?
We do?
I think we got some fancies over there. We got 3 yellows.
Oh, is there?
There's fancies.
Okay. Had a hard time finding fancies. You know, my goal in Tucson was to find fancies. We didn't hardly find any fancies. Those 2 yellows. Was there anything else? I don't.
No,
I got
we were asking around.
Got a couple of pieces of rough.
Yeah, nothing that we found that we thought was worth owning besides these yellows.
Yeah, a lot of ugly greens out there. You know, but so few.
Right.
You know, and it was. I looked constantly for them and just had no luck. So this is probably the finest blue green that I've found. You know, this comes from Madagascar, and just really a beautiful gem. The blue and green in it is pretty remarkable. High clarity, weighs 2.12 carats. And we've got quite a few blue greens. We bought this trip, but this is the best of them for sure. So it made the show. The others are beautiful. I'm very happy with the blues and greens I bought, but they're more green, I think, typically than as much blue as is in this one. Am I? Need to. Okay, that's probably better. So anyway, 2 carat 12, praise value of $5,310. Our online price $3,860, and with the 15 off, it's $3,281 or $1,548 a carat. You know, you compare this with a lot of the material that comes out of Montana. You know, Montana produces some lovely greens, blue greens, and they bring pretty big money even compared to this, and this blows away most of them. You know, this is one of the finest in the blue-green color range that I've owned. Just really nicely cut. Just very, very pleasing stone. The next stone up, I think we sold. The last one? Yeah, sorry. That hand needs to slap me occasionally. Maybe I'll remember. It's a really good ring size. You know, we sold a lot of sapphires for engagement rings, and this would be an exciting color, something totally different. Which I think with the amount of synthetic diamonds that are being sold for engagement ring, I just think sapphire would be just a much better alternative to buying a synthetic. All right, next stone up is one that has sold. I can show the color. It's just really I don't know, exciting color. I'd like to find more like this. Just really, I don't know whether it's rhodolite, I think the refractive index says in the rhodolite range, but it's just better than any rhodolite I've had. So the next one, this is really a showstopper. I mean, the colors in this are pretty outstanding. When Rainbow Moonstone first came out, I wasn't that excited, but now we're seeing this faceted material and just the colors in them are just kind of crazy. They're starting to look like the coated stones. What's the name of those? Mystic topaz. But this is the real thing. These just started coming out of Madagascar in the last couple years. And this year we found better stones than we've seen in previous years. Rainbow Moonstone was generally cabochon because it still had some milky effect. And this new material out of Madagascar, just high transparency and still exhibiting that rainbow effect. You get all these colors, and then you get that broad flash, in this case, orange.
While you're showing this, as far as setting it for jewelry, is it more for a pendant because of the hardness, or?
What's the hardness on these? Are 6.5?
6.5, yeah.
6.5. So it's like Tanzanite, but a stone like this with sharp corners, you're going to have to protect them. You definitely a better pendant stone. But would I mount it in a ring if you asked? Sure. You just got to be careful with it.
And then another question, James was wondering, how does Rainbow Moonstone looks when it's cabbed?
Well, we have one on the site. Yeah, this particular material, I don't think they generally cab this because it's more valuable as a faceted stone because it's new and people don't know it.
Oh, yeah.
This will probably, I don't know. I haven't seen it cabbed. It's so transparent. Did we see it?
Yeah, we got a 12-carat one.
Oh, maybe we did. Was it that cushion? Oh, yeah.
Is it the 12-carat?
No.
Oh, okay. There's an oval cabochon cut Rainbow Moonstone that we have. Is that?
Yeah. No, that comes from Tanzania. You don't think so?
No. It's from Sri Lanka.
It's from Sri Lanka. Okay. So in the near future, you'll see one on the website. And if you are interested in seeing the cab, just call us and we'll try and get a picture and video of it. You can call tomorrow. Were you teasing me, Jeff?
I got too many buttons over here. Mike's got all these little buttons that I have to press, and I just kind of.
Jeffrey, you have 4, maybe 3, I think.
There was one show where Michael gave me a little panel where it was 16 buttons, and I had to flip to the next set of buttons. That was nuts.
That's what I've got right here. That's what I'm using. Yeah, there's about.
All right, yeah, I got 4.
Well, Jeffrey's a little older, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm like 5 years older than Michael.
5. Yeah.
I think it's
8 or 9.
yeah.
Okay. I'm going away now.
You were going to be the only child, and then Michael happened. And then Dana. Okay. Anyway, praise value on this, $2,615. I was kind of surprised that the gem guy did go into rainbow moonstones. You know, so they've just been a really important part of the business. You know, when I first saw rainbow moonstones, I couldn't understand how they could get that much for rainbow moonstones. You know, but it's another one that you start looking at it, you go, wow, that really is a unique gemstone. You know, particularly you look at this and just the colors are just kind of amazing. You know, so this stone praise is at $2,615. Our price online, $1,915. And with the 15% off, it's $1,628 or $280 a carat. Just a really special gem.
Colleen wants to know how she can get a gem guide. If it's possible.
Can get a gem guide.
It's you have to apply for it, correct?
Yeah, you can't get a subscription. Just because they do restrict it to the wholesale trade. You can try, you know, I guess. But that they're generally just for the wholesale trade. So up next, this is a really beautiful green tourmaline. I wasn't going to buy green tourmalines, then I saw this one and thought just the color is just quite amazing. Weighs 12.07 carats. Praise value of $9,435. Our price online, $5,160. And $43.86 is the price with the 15% off, $363 a carat. What I liked about it is when you look at it here, you can see it's just fully brilliant. I mean, typically green tourmalines will have dark zones. As you look down at it, there'll be black areas and bright green areas, but this one just has full brilliance. You know, so it's kind of a cool color and just very, very brilliant stone. And this comes from Afghanistan. I don't think I showed the moonstone on hand, did I?
Moonstone, you really don't have to show it anymore.
I don't have that.
Patrice purchased this amazing moonstone.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
I wonder
I'll
what you're
kinda
going to do
miss
with
it.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we going to set it into a pendant? Are we going to do a ring? Or are you just going to, hold on to it as a collector's piece? Yeah. What are you going to do with it, Patrice?
Yeah. Come on. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah. Put it in chat.
What should Patrice do with it? That's all vote.
Yeah. Everybody, give him some ideas.
Yeah. Neat gem. Next is a pair of blue sapphires. Carat each on these stones. Again, come from Madagascar. These are heat treated, which is the case of probably 95% of all blue sapphires. Appraised value $4,100. Our price online $2,690. It's just a nice bright blue color. Great pair of earrings. Suppose you could do some kind of ring with it, but that's pretty color. With the 15% off, it's $2,287 or $1,116 a carat. Again, nicely cut. Nice match pair. Again, it's something that I don't know if I want to split these or not. But if they're around for a while, I'd consider splitting them because they're just nice 1 carat stones.
Are they a good size for earrings?
Yeah, it's a good earring.
And the blue
size
on them is incredible.
Yeah, they're 6 millimeter, so they're kind of atypical because usually rounds are cut a little deep, and what you get a 1 carat stone is typically 5.5 millimeters. So these are nice full size carat stones. A full 6 millimeters.
We had a question come in from Stephen. We've traveled with you recently, but you've been traveling for gems a lot longer than us. He's just asking what are the different countries you've been to for gemstones, and what's been like your favorites for searching for them.
Sure. Well, I started with Germany, going to the cutters in Germany. And then that led me to Thailand. And I went to Thailand for quite a few years. And then I got together with a friend, Jim Fiebig, and we both had an interest in Africa. So we went to Tanzania, then Madagascar. And Madagascar by far was my favorite place. And now with my kids, we've been going back to Thailand and Kenya and Tanzania, and I miss Brazil in there too. Brazil was the first trip I took with Jim before we went to Africa. And Brazil was fun, but it was difficult. It was difficult to export out of there, and just a lot of problems. So I only went there I think I went 2 or 3 times. Then we started going to Africa. And now back to Bangkok, because I often thought that I missed the boat not keeping going to Bangkok, because Bangkok was so easy. You go in 3 days, you spent your money, and, you could either take some time off there or come back home, where you go to Africa and you spend 2 weeks there and maybe you spend your money. So Bangkok was just a place where there's a lot of cutters, and, you're generally buying cut stones. Not that you can't find rough there, because there is a lot of rough there. But it's just easy. You sit in an office and they bring you gems, and, you negotiate with the sellers, because often it's different sellers coming to the office, and, you negotiate with them, and just was really good business. So that's kind of where I'm thinking of heading back there and giving Bangkok a shot again, because we did well there, and I think we could do better by not going to the show that's there and just going. There's one main building there, a couple of them close by, that where most of the dealers are. So that's the current thinking anyway.
One last question: Would the blue sapphire that we just looked at, would you call those cornflower blue?
I don't know, cornflower blue is kind of a mysterious color, but I'd probably call them cornflower blue.
At the time that was brought up, I took a look at one of our tools, and there's about 500 people a month that look for cornflower blue sapphire.
Yeah.
So it must be like a common term to use for sapphire.
Yeah, it is. I don't think anybody knows exactly what it is, but it's not the deep colors in sapphire that some consider to be the best. It's a brighter blue, and cornflower to me is more that color. You know, it is, I don't know, look up cornflower and see what, I don't know what is cornflower anyway. Yeah.
It looks like there's a little purple into it, but yeah, it's a shade. I mean, it reminds me of Tanzanite a lot, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lighter color.
Yeah, it's lighter though. I mean, everything's going to look.
If I were going to call them anything, I'd say they're cornflower.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the demand.
They're now
Just kidding.
cornflower.
Yeah. All my sapphires are cornflower. Yeah. But yeah, that to me is cornflower.
Let's throw in another question real quick.
Uh,
What kinds of garnets do you think will appreciate the most?
I hope they don't appreciate much more. You know, it's all those lighter colors, you know, the colors like this, the peaches. I personally don't think Spessartite's going up anymore. You know, these kind of colors, the light, bright colors that only came out of Mahenge. Before that, we typically didn't see them, although you did see some Malaya like this that was coming out of Kangala for a while, but it hasn't for years. You know, so those are the kind of lighter, bright colors that, you know, the advantage of light is they show brighter, and garnet has the ability to be extremely bright. So a lighter color garnet is what I seen as being a more valuable gem. Yeah, the mint garnets. You know, although they've taken some price jumps, I'm not sure. I think all garnets are a good investment. You know, I think they've always been one of the most underrated gems because when they're cut right, they have a diamond-like brilliance. You know, so I think there's just beautiful colors and beautiful brilliance to most of the garnets. So I think that most of the colors, you know, as long as you avoid the darker colors, I think there's value there, and there'll be continued value in increasing prices. So the next one up is, this is another beautiful sapphirite that in this camera is not going to look beautiful. Looks more like, not sure what that looks like, but more like the picture. You know, it's every bit as beautiful as the picture, if not greater. You know, these are really top quality sapphirite garnets. And, you know, this is a beautiful trilliant cut, extreme brilliance, high clarity, just a really, really great stone. Weighs carat 62. Appraised value on this is $3,890. Our price online, $2,640. And with the 15% off, it's $2,244 or $1,385 a carat. Just really nice brilliance to it.
The cornflower sapphires that we looked at earlier, is there any shades of purple in those, or is it mainly just blue?
You almost need an incandescent light to. Let's see if I have. I gotta say yes. Not much. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah. It's definitely got a. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely a deep purplish, almost like a tanzanite. To be honest, not
Yeah.
quite as deep, but. It's not the purple that you think of as purple, but it's purpler blue. I don't.
That's a secondary.
Yeah.
Secondary violet color to them.
If you showed somebody that and you asked them what color it was, the first thing they wouldn't say is purple, but there's purple.
And if I were grading it as tanzanite, it's 95% blue and 5% purple or violet. You know, which a secondary violet color in sapphire is fairly common. What's next, sir? So Kunzite is a stone I sell with a caveat, meaning that this is a nighttime stone. Unfortunately, Kunzite, when exposed to strong daylight, can fade. And I've managed to do it myself. As I've mentioned before, we did an art show for the weekend, and I had a Kunzite, this kind of color, and a full 2 days in bright daylight was enough to take most of its color away. So this is a stone you just have to avoid daylight and you'll be fine, because the color is just extraordinary. There's not too many pink stones in this color range that have this intensity. And there's no pink stones that you can buy at this price. This particular stone weighs 13.29 carats. Praise price of $3,320. $1,160 is our price online, and $986 is the price with the 15% off, or $74 a carat. So there's no stone this color you can buy for $74 a carat. But definitely partly because of the risk of fading. But if you understand it and wear it appropriately, you're not going to have a problem with it.
This is definitely like a night restaurant special occasion, evening kind of.
And that's generally where you're going to wear your fine jewelry, and just don't wear it as an everyday stone, or wear it and keep it under your blouse until you're inside. But that's risky. So just wear it at night. It's a nighttime gem. But really a great color. Worth the risk of knowing that you're going to wear it correctly. And it's only strong UV that will cause the color change. Another stone probably better in a pendant, although it has the durability of Tanzanite. We do it in rings regularly. So I think this is 7 hardness. Spodumene.
And Colleen had a question. I'm not sure if she's talking about this Kunzite, but she said, is hiddenite the same?
Hiddenite is a green form of spodumene.
Of what?
Yeah, spodumene is kunzite, pink,
Okay.
and green is hiddenite, originally found in Hiddenite, North Carolina.
Gotcha.
So,
Learned something there.
Yeah, I picked up.
or triphane is another name for hiddenite.
Steve picked up a couple of hiddenite crystals for me. I don't know whether we just call them maybe green spodumene. A really special color, the crystals, but we believe they're irradiated, so we're keeping those out of the sun as well, keeping them in a dark place, and we'll see if they fade over time. They may go colorless. I don't know.
Yeah, they're cool color, though.
They are. It's a spectacular color. It's really interesting.
Yeah, they're not like the typical hiddenite. These are more blue-green,
It's
weren't
blue-green.
they?
Yeah, it's almost, I don't know if it's dichroic or not, because it's almost like you turn the crystal and you see a different color. But
we'll have to find out more about them.
Right.
See what...
we'll see. I took a picture
what
of them
they've
now.
done with them. We'll have to send it to GIA or something and see what the true nature of it is.
But,
but even the owner said, to their knowledge, they will fade. So we'll see if they're going to fade in any old light, or it's just the same as kunzite. Strong daylight will cause it to fade. Yeah, we had a sale, or are you fooling around over there?
Oh, I accidentally. No, this one's
Pushing wrong
real.
buttons.
This one's real.
It's real? Okay.
Yes, it's real. Happened one time. We hear about it at every show now. All right, Mark. He skipped ahead again. It's okay. He picked up this. I haven't seen any of these stones, but the oval cut bicolor sapphire, 1.52 carat.
Oh, cool. That blue and yellow one.
Yeah, that looks
that's sweet.
very unique. Didn't we have one emerald cut like that? That was I actually liked that one.
Yeah.
And I was upset that I didn't buy it. Now you guys are telling me there was an oval I could have picked up.
Yep. Yeah, there's been some interesting
So
bicolors.
that's in the secondary part of the show.
It is. Yeah, I don't think we were going to show that one tonight. So there's a lot of other stones outside of the show for anybody who's watching.
Yeah, we had just way too many. I didn't know what to pick. I was just trying to figure out variety
cool
and
Okay, I didn't know that one existed. All right.
So
Goodbye, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
yeah, that's a unique stone. Those bicolors. That's another thing we look for because we've always sold those so quick, and it's just hard to find a good bicolor that shows the two colors dramatically. And you see a lot of them that it's pretty mixed. And if you catch the light right, it shows a bicolor, but getting a true bicolor is tough. Just not normally seen in sapphire. It's just been Madagascar has been producing quite a bit of it. So up next is indicolite tourmaline. Indicolite means blue. This one's kind of half blue, half green, but tending more towards the blue end. It's one of those colors we haven't had a good indicolite for a long time because generally they bring really big money. This comes from Afghanistan. Praise price on this, as you can see, they do praise high, $8,750. Our price online, $33.85. With 15 off, it's $28.77 or $574 a carat. Not sure what else comes this color. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that's appetite.
sapphire heated? Not quite.
I wish.
Yeah.
But a really pretty and unique color. This comes from Afghanistan. close, but not as green. Yeah. Zircon almost would maybe be the closest, but it's still different. Yeah. Pretty gem, and we have two of these. We have two of these, I think. I don't know if they weren't a pair, but yeah. Pretty color. Yeah. Jeffrey, are you ready?
Gem number 3 is coming up.
All right.
You want to show it on the hand?
Okay.
Oh, the
number 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd make a really great ring. Again, this is, we've talked, this is a shape I like in rings just because it's so easy to make a unique look. Just a great color. All right, the next stone.
Hidden gem.
Stones. Hidden
All right.
gem number 3. These are just really outstanding pinks.
So everybody, again, with the hidden gems, these are now live. We always keep them hidden throughout the show until we release them. If you go to the hidden gems page, if you've already been there, just refresh it. You'll see it. Otherwise, this is your first time taking a look. Up in the navigation on MoreGems.com, there should be a new link called Hidden Gems. Just click on it. Go there. You'll see all the hidden gems. And if you are interested in them, just go through the checkout. Enter coupon code RARE25 and you'll get 25% off this price.
Again, a really intense color for pink sapphires. They both, the two of them weigh 2.48 carats, so about 1.25 carats each. Nicely cut. Get them in focus. Just really a good match. So price on these $6,200, $3,280 is our price online, and with the 25% off, they're $2,460 or $992 a carat. Just a great pair of pinks. Again from Madagascar. I don't know if they're probably from Ilakaka in Madagascar. Place I've been many times and hope to go again. Great pair of earrings. I suppose you could do a pendant ring. Oh, on the hand. Yeah, they're not big, but big and yeah, nice size ring. Put a row of diamonds around it. And they're just really bright, just a good, brilliant pink sapphire. Up next, another Spinel. This one's a little more intense, more purple color. And compared to this picture, it's a little more purple than that. The picture shows it a little more blue than what it is. If you add some purple to this, it's what you're going to get. These come from Mahenge in Tanzania. I've got some rough to cut like this. I think we had one on the last show. Mahenges produce this color, and they've also produced the cobalt color, which cobalt colors just unbelievable prices. What were they? Like 50,000 a carat? You know, just yeah. Ah, yes. Yeah. I mean, they're special, but I don't see them as being that special. But this is really pretty stone. Nice emerald cut, clean stone, VS1 clarity. So good brilliance, and just really a lovely color. Praise price $2,760. Our price online $2,120. And with the 15% off, it's $1,802 or $850 a carat. Our next. Oh, well, I'm consistent. I'm consistent. All right, here's the hand.
Marco says it's a creepy hand. Wait
Oh,
till
come
what
on.
did you call? You wanted a neck, Jeff? What did you call the neck that you wanted? Yeah, you called it necky. And
Whoop.
you're calling this one.
Well, this one, I think a while ago we had a discussion on the name of the hand. It was like Handy or Hannah. Yes.
Oh, well.
Problem's always been Steve's
That's all you're
hands
going
are
to see of
pretty
that
big, so it
Spinel.
doesn't
I
really
flipped
work
it
out.
somewhere. It's over here somewhere. Yeah. I finished with it.
Hannah.
We'll
Eileen
find it.
said it was Hannah. Okay.
Eileen, what should if we find a neck, what would the neck be called?
Oh,
I like necky.
that just seems so easy. I don't know.
So here's another pair of peridot that we bought. And again, what's remarkable is the quality of the cutting. I'm not sure I could do better than the cutting that's on these gems. Sure I could. Nah. They're just really, really well cut stones. And as far as a match pair, I mean, the matching is remarkably good. You know, whoever cut these, they're very, very talented cutters using a high quality piece of machinery. Great color, great size, weighs 16.95 carats. These come from Pakistan. VS1 clarity, no treatments. The appraised value on these is $9,410. $5,930 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $5,041 or $297 a carat. Here, I remembered, Mike.
Sweet. Thank you. Oh, big boys.
Yeah. So, and again, would I split these pairs? Yes. If you give me a week and can I do? Yeah, I could. I would consider splitting them, but they're a beautiful match pair.
Scott said we should call it necklace.
Necklace.
That's good.
Naked. And we have probably 2 or 3 more pairs of peridots.
Yes, one of them is sold. So I don't know how many pairs we have bought.
Yeah, there's at least 3 more pairs.
We bought a few of them. We got some really nice peridot.
Yeah.
'Cause we bought some singles too that we haven't put out yet, right?
Did we?
Well, maybe not. I can't.
It's
don't know.
just like they were focused on match pairs.
Yeah,
You
same.
know, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, not something I like to do as a cutter is do match pairs. Yeah, that's a challenge. You know, typically you have to waste some material in at least one of the stones. But they've done a great job with this pair. So up next is another Tanzanite. Another round brilliant, 29.58 carats. And this is another one that has remarkable red flash. I mean, you get it in certain lights, and it just, the red flash just almost dominates the stone. So this stone appraised value of $36,420. Our online price is $19,965. This one again is violet blue exceptional, so more violet or more blue. I'm sorry. With the 15% off, it's $16,970 or $574 a carat. The rating I have on this is 986 out of 1,000. Very few gems get that kind of rating. And it's the high rating much to do with the quality of the cutting. You know, without the high quality cutting, you can't get a rating this high. You know, this is the color wise, this is a perfect stone. It's probably rated 1,000. And it's completely clean and near perfect cutting.
And red flash, Jeffrey.
And dramatic red flash.
I may have already updated the description of that product. It's popular. People want it. And it does have it. That's an impressive stone.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Show it up.
Oh, I wanna.
You can hold it in the bag if you want to just show them the size.
Impressive stone.
Someone asked if this was heated, and yes, this one has been heated. Steve's had some naturals with great color like this, but this one has been heated.
Next stone, another rainbow moonstone. Again, just dramatic colors and faceted, which, like we said, faceted has never been until just the last couple years. This new material out of Madagascar.
And this stone in particular has a really nice flash across the table. You can see it there, which is...
this one's green.
Yeah, it's just got that nice sheen right across the table there. Which it looks great. I remember picking these ones out, and that's what stood out to me was that nice flat, broad flash across it.
Yeah, they're pretty spectacular. You know, this is probably one of the best finds in the last 10 years. Hadn't been a lot of new things, but this is totally unique in the gem trade. You know, never been in the past, anything that was fashionable like this. And it's one of those that how long is it going to last? You know, so many of these gems are here 1 year and then 2 years later, they're just gone.
And we haven't seen any rough really hit the market to select from. We've seen it in kilos and parcels, but for selection, it hasn't been out there. So is this something that you would be interested in cutting ever?
Sure. Yeah. If I can understand it and find some rough to buy that you don't have to buy a kilo of it. But beautiful colors. Yeah, just crazy stuff. You know, you get all those highlights and then you get that one broad flash across it. Have we seen anything besides orange and green? Is that the primary colors?
Blues, you can see the blues in there. But
I mean that major flash.
oh, yeah. Maybe not. Because it's kind of like it's the labradorescence. Yeah, like that labradorescence. I believe that's what they call it even in moonstone. Because even in labradorite, it's a lot of the blues and the greens and oranges. I know. I think Jeff, you bought a piece of labradorite that was purple, but that was kind of. Did you buy that? End up buying that piece?
Was that statue?
It wasn't. I mean, you bought a statue too, but I thought you bought just a piece of that purple sheen labradorite.
Is that what we got in Montana or
no, we
Canada?
were in Tucson.
Oh, in Tucson. No, I don't think so.
No, you didn't end up buying it.
Mm.
But yeah, purple is kind of a rarer color in that.
Cool stuff. Hopefully it continues to be available. Oop, came back. Yeah, came back on its own. You think it stopped?
You froze.
I froze. Oh, I froze. Oh, there I am. Now the camera's out. That's weird. Technical difficulties.
All right, go ahead. I'll try and figure this camera out.
Okay, this one sold.
Oh, it did, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
No, it was good.
it was good?
No, just go ahead.
Okay. And I didn't do this one on hand. Whoop. Be a big ring. We're having technical difficulties.
No, you're good.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, one more Tanzanite.
Before we jump into that, just a couple questions. So James said he thought you hated cutting feldspar.
Well, sunstone I've had some issues with, but I think the issues were just two pieces of rough that had issues. So we'll see. I have a big piece of sunstone to cut. That'll cut a 30, 40 carat piece. And hopefully I don't have issues with it. I've talked to a few people about it, and that was their feeling, is just, you just ran into some issues with the plane that I was on. And so hopefully it's just a fluke, but yes, I'm trying to avoid stones I have problems with. Yeah, it's much nicer to cut tanzanites, and which tanzanite has become easy for me again. I was having polishing issues, but I've pretty much cured those. And I cut a heliodor today that just remarkably easy to polish, and that's always a pleasure when polishing is easy, because it's typically the most difficult part of the process.
And with Tanzanite, someone was asking, he mentioned that a lot of the Tanzanite we probably heat ourselves, which we do some of the Tanzanite. He asked, like, when you heat a Tanzanite, what would be a disappointing color outcome for you after a heat treatment?
Yeah, there's not many.
Could it come out like a terrible color? You got
when I didn't know
experience.
what I was picking. Yeah, it's been a long time since a terrible color came out. I had one last week I was a little disappointed in and priced it accordingly, but it's still a pretty stone. It just a little lighter than I'd hoped for, but that really it's different. It's not the top color, but it's still a beautiful gem and just a unique stone on its own. So it's been a long time since I was disappointed. Some of the fancy colors can be disappointing, but I'm so used to picking rough for Tanzanites that I don't generally have a real disappointment. So sometimes the natural colors, you expect a stone to come out beautiful as a natural, and it doesn't. But then it heats to this incredible gem. So,
okay.
But there are a lot of colors out there that would be disappointing if you cut them. They're just not intense enough, or they're too gray or too green. But I've learned to select rough accordingly, and it is rare that I have a color that comes out that I'm really disappointed in. We've had some lighter ones that actually, I think they were beautiful gems. They just looked like a different gem, so. All right, next one up is a heart-shaped Tanzanite. And this really has a pretty remarkable color in it also. It has, I think it has red flash in this one too. Yeah, it does. Another one with red flash and really a top color and nicely cut stone, nice heart shape, good notch in it. Just a very pleasing shape. So this one weighs 9.42 carat, gets a rating of 966 out of 1,000, which is still a very, very high rating. $11,830 is the price online, or the appraised price. Our price online is $6,405. And with the 15% off, it's $5,444, which is $578 a carat. Just a nice, fully brilliant heart shape. And you can see what you can expect out of the red flash in it. And this is the one you commented with, had some zoning. Yeah, which you don't see zoning in them often, but this stone had some zoning. And I have seen it, but it struck Michael as different. But it really doesn't show up face up. It's just if you look in the back, you can see some more intense color zones, and a little bit lighter around the edge. But face up, it's just like sapphire. Sometimes sapphires are color zoned, and you can put just a pinhead of color into the culet of the stone, and it'll spread throughout the entire gem, which doesn't work in all stones. I've done sunstone like that. You expect putting the color in the culet to spread through over the entire stone. But when there's colorless areas in sunstone, as there always are, they don't tend to work like the sapphires do. That color does not spread over the whole stone, and you will see the colorless areas. Not sure whether it's refractive index that causes that or why it doesn't work the same in all gems, but I found that the sunstone, you have to just cut the pure color and get rid of the clear zones totally. Really a really lovely heart shape. All right, you have some questions, Jeff?
All right, everybody. So this is this is a quicker show than usual. Usually we're stuck here till 10:30 or something. Yeah, so there are a lot more stones listed on that page. We don't go through them all, otherwise we'd probably be here till about 2 a.m. But take a look at the stones that are on the page. They're all 15% off. Again, you can go through checkout and automatic discount will be displayed. And then you can choose PayPal, you can choose credit card, you can choose financing. If tomorrow you're thinking about doing the layaway and the stone is still available, we can do layaway. You just have to put 20% down and we will hold that stone for you. Again, any of these stones that you like, we can ship them to you. You can take a look at it. If you'd like us to keep it, and you can work with Alice to come up with a custom design. That's what we're experts in. We'd be happy to help there. But right now, on this live chat on the right-hand side or the bottom, depending if you're on mobile or desktop, send some questions in for Steve. Let's pick his brain, anything that you have questions about. If you want to see one of the stones that were shown on the show tonight again, we can do that for you. I know, I think Stephen, asked about zoltanite. Color, change, hardness. Have you ever cut it? Yes.
I tried to recut one and really screwed it up. The table had some issues, and I tried to repair it and found out why they left some issues. Zoltanite is another one of those gems that is difficult to cut. I mean, there's certain people that cut zoltanite and because they know how, but it is, if you get probably I assume it's the C-axis. If you get it right on a facet, it can be difficult or impossible to polish. So it's another one of those stones that I will avoid cutting just because of that issue, and I have to figure out how to repair the one I've got because it's a 5-carat, really fine zoltanite. And like I say, I just saw it had some issues on the table, and as soon as I touched it to the lap, it just started popping out material, so.
All right.
They have no desire to cut zoltanites.
All right.
You can talk to the Wabito brothers in Canada. They're experts at zoltanite, which I may have to talk to them and see if they'll fix mine for me.
Max wants to know if they can look at the Kunzite and the 6.1 or 6.41 carat peridots again.
Kunzite. And there is another Kunzite on the in the show, not in the show, on the secondary materials.
Okay.
I don't know if you can.
So this is one from the show earlier. Okay.
Yeah. And this is the other stone that didn't make the show. It's a beautiful square step cut. And this one weighs 18.93 carats. And it's 1650 and whatever 15 off that is, about $200. So it's somewhere in the $1,400 range. So that'll be among the extra stones from this show. What was the peridot?
6.41 carat.
Oh, okay. Well, this was in the was.
That one wasn't in the show, but they're looking for the 6.41 carat. So that's not them.
Oh, was there another?
Yeah. So this is the.
Again, really nicely cut. Nice match pair.
Show the size on the hand on that one.
So too big for earrings, or would it be a necklace and pendant kind of set?
Well, no, it's not too big for earrings. They're nicely cut, so they're not excessively deep. And earrings, it could be studs, or you can put them on a drop.
And then, Martha, do we have the pear-shaped moonstone available as well?
Yeah. And I think we have a couple of pear shapes.
I think it's the one that we almost got to.
994.
Yeah, maybe that is the one. Yeah, because I don't think we just showed that one, did we?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, that's a cool one.
Spark somebody's interest.
Well, we were showing Martha this, and she picked up those peridots.
Okay.
Thank you, Martha. Yeah, good set of peridots.
Thank you, Martha.
What else can I show you?
Let's see what other questions we have here.
Come on. We got to hurry this up.
Yes. Got some bourbon to drink.
Just kidding.
Let's see. Somebody asked about, okay, so Josephina, I'm not sure what stone she was talking about. She said, the stone has become famous here in Madagascar. Who is the cutter? Malagasy gem cutter or Steve? Josephina, if you could tell us this from earlier, but I'm not sure what stone she was questioning about being popular in Madagascar right now.
The moonstone, or sphenes, of course. Yeah, aqua is what they produce.
I think she asked,
Always
who is the
produce great.
gem cutter?
Huh?
Who is the cutter? Malagasy? Is that?
Malagasy is.
Is just
what
Madagascar?
they are. They're people.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Or the language.
Oh.
Malagas.
And there's you know what? There's two Marthas on the. Yes. Okay. Two Marthas on the show, watching the show.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting all a bit confused here. All right. Den wants to know what was, all of us. Okay. What was each of our favorite stones from tonight? Ooh, throwing me up.
Ooh.
It's not fair because you guys already know it was on the.
Yeah. That would be a tough one for me, too.
I got an easy one. I mean,
yeah, I know which one would be mine.
oh, you do?
Yeah, it's the trillionth garnet.
It's a nice one.
Yeah.
See,
The-
I like the blue-green sapphire, that oval.
Yeah,
Real nice.
That's nice.
Or this nice
Uh-huh.
aqua crystal or beryl crystal.
Okay. I know you know, Dad always talks how he loves color, and that's his thing. He likes peach, but I've always liked gray spinel. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah,
cleanness of like white gold with gray spinel. So either the pair of the square cushion cut spinel or that one emerald cut spinel. I just think, I think we made my wife one, and with white gold and diamonds, it just looks just very just clean looking. And even for like if you don't have your ring on tonight, do you, Mike? No. Okay. Steve made us some amazing rings with Spessartite garnet. But if I was to do another ring, I would probably do something for myself with a gray spinel. I think that would look cool in a men's ring. So
Yeah, it's a good manly color. Yeah, that oval sapphire is a special piece.
I know a lot. I think we brought this up earlier. A lot of people, I think we have had 4 or 5 people reach out interested in that yellow sapphire. So the ones that we have available are on the site right now. Are they on Tanzanite Jewelry Designs and More Gems? That's all the ones we have available currently.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, do I have yellow rough? Not sure if I have a piece of yellow rough to cut. I'll have to look.
And then another one that I want to bring up, Electric Crystals wants to know, would you recommend getting the gemology tools professional software for gem identification? Are you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar with it.
No. Okay.
I'll have to gemology tools software for I don't know, you fill in the blank and it tells you what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, not sure. Yeah, we haven't heard of it.
If you
Electric crystals.
if you can email us stuff with the link or something to it, it'd be interesting. Yeah. I don't know if they're just taking the thinking out of it. And
Right.
if you have the tools, you put in.
Like the RI or the specific gravity,
Yeah.
and maybe it like narrows down what it could be. I don't know.
And if you know what you're doing, you probably do the same thing. But yeah, I'd be interested in seeing what it does, because basically you're going to have to use some equipment anyway to input whatever data they're looking for. I can't imagine that it's going to look at a stone or whatever. But yeah, if you get a chance, email us a link, and I'd be interested in knowing tools that would help people identify things.
Corey, just he asked how to what do we do to set up a custom design for that Pyrope you purchased. I just let Alice know to reach out to you tomorrow, and she'll work with you to set up, design something for that amazing color Pyrope. So she'll reach out. Matthew wants to know, do you still like using lightning laps?
Yes, absolutely.
What is a lightning lap?
Lightning lap is, I use a 600 lightning lap. It is my go-to. It's my workhorse, really. Once you preform a stone with a coarser lap, or in small stones, I can start with the lightning lap. The advantage of lightning lap is I use the lightning lap and I go right to polish for 90% of the stones I cut. So many cutters out there, they do a 600, a 1200, an 1800, a 3000, and then maybe an 8000, then they go to polish. I go, Jesus. I do a lightning lap and go to polish. Generally there's a coarser lap, and most stones I start with a 1200 metal lap, unless it's a huge stone. I'll go a 1200 metal lap, go to a 600. It doesn't make sense to go to a coarser lap, but actually the 600 lightning lap is probably like an 1800 metal lap, or even finer, but it's still aggressive enough that you can do some cutting with it. So I've virtually gotten rid of all other laps. I have, what I cut today, a Tanzanite, I used a 1200 metal lap, went to the 600 lightning lap, and right to polish. And I have no issues on most stones doing that. So it's a cheap version of, it's the cheapest and easiest way to cut stones. I see no reason to do it any other way, actually. Some people use the sintered laps. They run about $800 or $600 at least. And, occasionally you have to reface them. This lightning lap, I probably cut 40 stones with one lightning lap, and eventually I'll have to throw it away. But they're $40, and, I just don't see any reason to do it any other way.
Okay. Hopefully that helps Matthew. And speaking of cutting, I guess, to get people, everybody, thank you for watching tonight. We're having another show next month, first Wednesday of the month. What are we anticipating for that show?
Just to clarify, it won't be the first Wednesday.
No?
We got to push it back a little bit.
Okay.
We've been thrown off by.
It's the 19th,
Tucson.
so I guess we're not even doing it the first Wednesday this month.
Yeah,
so
we'll try and get back to that schedule, but getting the cutting in for this next show, we're going to need a little bit more time. So maybe the show after that will be the first Wednesday. But
okay,
we're trying to get back to that schedule
because I want to cut every stone for that show. I wanted things that we've cut. This stone was no stones we cut. Next show is going to be all stones that we cut. So I'm working on a Tanzanite today. I cut a Heliodor. Not totally thrilled with how it ended up. I mean, it's cool, but I think it could be better. So I'm going to recut it. And I probably got 6 or 7 stones cut now for the show. And hopefully we'll have 25 or so stones.
Yeah, so if you want to be part of that show, it's going to be some great stones on YouTube right here. All you got to do is hit that notification button and make sure to hit that bell to be notified. That's going to give you an alert. Also, if you sign up for our emails, you'll receive notification when our next show is going to be. But we'll have some amazing stones then. If you're still thinking about some stones tonight, I'm going to email the massive people tomorrow. So you still have time to purchase any of those stones at 15% off. So if you need to sleep on it, you can. But otherwise, I think we got through it, and a lot of new people tonight. So thank you so much. And of course, thank you everybody that watches every month. We do appreciate it. You've kept this going. I don't know. This is our 57th episode that we've done.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I can hardly believe it.
Yeah, we keep on doing it because people keep on watching, and we appreciate that. So
yeah. I always love to hear any feedback from you guys. I always want to make the show better. If there's anything we can do that would be more entertaining or that you'd like to see us do, please leave it in the comments somewhere, either on the show or anywhere I can see it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Send me a message. Love to hear it.
Yeah. And one last thing. Sorry. If you got any questions more about any of the stones on the show tonight, we got live chat on our website. You can email us through a form, or you can give us a call tomorrow. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
And we have a lot more stones that we'll be putting on in the next couple of weeks that we bought in Tucson. So keep an eye open. They're mostly duplicates or something similar to what's been on the show. But a lot of blue zircons, a lot of peridots, not sure what else, more sapphires. There's just too many stones to get them all together for the show. And, 50 was enough. That's about all we could handle.
And if you like that other spectrum of the gem world, I've got a ton of mineral specimens that I'll be putting on. I've got big size specimens, nothing too huge, good cabinet size, a lot of thumbnails, really beautiful tourmalines. I've got aquamarines, spinels, the list goes on. Beautiful fluorites. So I've got that all on Mineral Mike coming soon. So keep an eye out for those as well.
All right, anything else?
I don't think so. Oh, one last request for everybody. The people are still watching. If you can hit that little thumb down below to tell us you like the show. Mike gets really happy if that hits 100.
Yeah, but thumbs up. Not,
yeah,
not
that,
the
no,
thumbs
thumbs
I
down.
was pointing down. I was pointing down to the thumbs
Down
up. Yes,
there.
it's at 60. Okay. Don't give us a thumbs down. We don't have any thumbs down.
This is our SEO guy trying to give us help here.
Yeah, if you liked it, give us a thumbs up. I'd like to hit that 100 mark. We're at 67 right now. I know there's about 83 people watching, so just hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It'll help us out. And that's it for me. Thanks for watching.
All right. Anything else we need to say there, Michael?
I don't think so. Another great show. Thank you, everybody. Yes, it's been awesome. Me and Steve in Tucson, we had a great time looking for all these stones. We're looking forward to putting more of them online for you guys to see. So, yes, thank you so much for tuning in. And go ahead and take it away, Steve.
Yeah, I'm going to keep pushing for that $1 million worth of gems this year. So keep watching. So thanks, everybody, and keep on gemming.
Let's go, live, the stage is set. Rare gemstones you won't forget. Colors so bold, they steal the scene. A world of brilliance, crisp and clean. On the MoreGems show, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection. Glowing with pride, step into the wonder, come inside. Oh, come inside. Oh. The finest gems, each one a star, from places distant and lands afar. Shapes that shimmer, hues that play. This is your chance, it's Gem Drop Day. So see the light in every stone, crafted by hands, each one alone. A fleeting glimpse, don't let it fade. Gems like these are never remade. On the MoreGems show, where treasures shine. Where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, spark divine. Spark divine. Cut to perfection. Glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside. No, come inside, no. It's the MoreGems show, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you. Welcome to the MoreGems show. Let's go! On the MoreGems show, where treasures shine. Where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, spark divine. Spark divine. Gemshow, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you.